Welcome again to my channel with the north facing gardener. You'll see from my other videos that this familiar picture is here, just the path coming down the side of the garden when I moved in, with gravel down one side and grass the other. So this was the most shadiest corner that I found that I had, and this was where I was going to start my first project. The first thing I did was buy some palette collars off of Facebook Marketplace, and then I sort of put them down to have a little look to see what they might look like at all. Now you can see from here that I bought some smaller ones as well as some bigger ones. I consider that a happy accident because I didn't check. As it worked out, the smaller ones in between actually I very much like, so I kept those. But the path is still there at the moment, and it's best to just lay things out as you're going to give an idea of scope and scale and what you need to move. At the gravel to move here, as you can see, I was digging it out from the bottom of the pallet collars and I'll show you what I did with some of that later. So that all had to be removed from the bottom, and then just sort of a view there of what I decided on. And you can see there I've got removed some of the paving stones. I asked a neighbour came and helped me because they were too heavy to start off with for me. I did try. So I was quite satisfied with that. There was another happy accident where you could see at the back where you've got little fence posts that there's a gap between the pallet collar and the back of the fence. But what I've decided here is I'm using it as a nature area. So as I'm going around and I'm chopping things and bits and pieces and dry twigs and that, I'm just dropping it down the back there, because with the plants growing in the collars and that, just provides a nice shady area for wildlife. So that was good. So March 2024 was the start of putting in my plants, general shady plants that you'll find here, a number of ferns, foxgloves, things like that. Primulas I put in because they were quick and easy to flower. There was a cornice in the corner because I thought that would just cover that awful corner there, and starting to put some of the beds in there. The same with the putting the compost in, and here just a couple of months later you can see how it's already started to grow. Got a good number of climbers in that I've put to try and cover the awful fence. There's jasmines, there's a clematis montana. I think I put in a variegated something else as well, just to start covering the awful fence. But they took too. You can see now I've got a couple of purple heucheras as well. They did very well there in that corner, but so well they did, they were just so big. So I sort of broke them up and moved them around to another part of the garden. So here, May 2025, a year later, you can see how well it's coming on. Still really early spring there, but such a difference to the bed and the flower. You can see there a little bit more detail, the picture's steady, and things that are growing nicely. And then later on, sort of July 2025, you can see the variegated jasmine starting to grow. This one is a smaller leaf and a slower grower, but it's doing well. And I wanted to just show you this one. It's the a white bud there that I put in for the nature as well, and you can just see how well that's doing, and that's just been full of insects, which has been wonderful. And then this year, 2026, when I've been able to get out into the garden, it's been raining non-stop all year, so now it's lovely spring light, birds are starting to sing, and it's dry enough for me to tackle these beds. So these two raised beds here were the first I put in, and they are also my shadiest. So it's getting it sorted today, clearing out any bits and pieces. You'll see closer in a minute that the soil needs topping up in these beds, and yes, and I've got a few winter plants I'd like to add in there, and have a look what's there as well, and see what's doing well and what's not, and we'll do that together. And first of all, I need to remove these pots so I can reach the beds, and then we'll carry on from there. I've taken a break here just to get my breath back and to stand back and have a look. I've probably still got some tweaking to do. So apart from the cutting back and tidying up and threading some of the branches of the different bushes, I'll show you a proper picture later, but so I've mostly topped up this second bed here, which was very poor. I've put in some additional foxgloves at the back there. I have got some more, but I haven't decided where I'm going to put them yet, whether to add them in there or put them in another bed I've got that's slightly shady, and we'll come back to that. No surprise here, I've added an extra hellebore. Isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely beautiful. So there we go. And I've also added 3 primulas. So they're all pink. Not a particularly favourite colour of mine, but winter flowering, I think they stand out against the green. So that's quite beautiful there. Top them all up. Give them a good push down, and I'll give them a water even though it is winter, so that you know, the soil can wash in around them. You can see sorry, I kneeled on a pavement there. You can see I've still got some of the rotting wood, and I've just put that about and lifted that up. It's a tiny bit of interest, if nothing more. And as well, this corner here, I can see from in the house when I'm sitting down in the lounge. I can see that corner, so I'd enjoy that very much. I actually prefer primulas to primroses because they have the higher heads on a stalk. I often feel with primroses that you get so many leaves and you get the flowers, and then as soon as the flowers get wet on primroses, that they seem to rot and go horrible, even though I do deadhead. So I quite like the idea of having the primulas on the higher stalks and just raising up above all the green there, just saying hi, I'm here. So I'm quite happy with that. I'll just have a little tidy up. I hope this has all been of help to you, and you can see that you can do it. I have a chronic illness, as you know, but there we go. We've gone from wilderness to wonderful in a couple of years. So if you've got an idea, then just go for it. And thank you for watching.